Hey everyone, how's it going? So today we are going to do the quickest of Thrift Picks videos. I am going to try to keep it super quick. Again, been a little quiet lately because of a few big reasons. Number one, turned a year older, and things always get a little, sort of mentally, uh, uh, there's a little mental pressure there during those times of the year, right? Then I also literally just a couple days ago just got married, so that's another big thing. Number three, I have been trying to cope with the mindset that one creative project just ended and I'm getting ready to begin another 20-year long creative project, creative writing project, and that's with the Pen, Paper, and Heart Legacy newsletter. It's all about found poetry. And yeah, so I needed a couple of weeks to kind of get recentered, refocus. And so now we're also in February. And although I would prefer that, Black American history would be kind of remembered and celebrated every day of the year, in the cultural fashion of celebrating it during the month of February, I decided to grab a couple of my friends, Lawrence and Matt. Those are the gentlemen that are also co-host of Films with Friends, which the first episode will be released. I think maybe today's the first Friday, so 2 weeks from now, you'll see that first episode. We'll be reviewing Glengarry Glen Ross. It's free to stream on Prime, so go check it out. Get yourself primed up for that. And I gave them the task of going through all of the films that I have in my collection that either have a person of color in a prominent lead role, a supporting role, maybe they're an authoritative figure, whatever the case. If they've got a role, it's considered to go into a watch list for this month. Now, we decided to give me 2 films a day. I can either choose between watching both of them or watching one of them, whatever I have the time or the energy for. So it's roughly about like 56 movies or something like that, I think. And there's some great ones on there. I mean, everything from action to comedy to drama, war drama, from Man on Fire to Die Hard with a Vengeance. You've got Mo Better Blues in there. I'm looking at the stack over here. You've got Posse, Mario Van Peebles. I've heard of it. I heard about it when The Harder They Fall came out, and that was in 2021, I believe. Never got around to seeing it. Found it in the thrift shop, picked it up, and I thought this was the perfect time to set things off. And I think within the first couple of days, I watched that, and Jackie Brown was officially the first film that I watched for February, and I loved it. It was so good. Quentin Tarantino really knows how to craft a story, and if you haven't seen it, check it out. With all of that said, getting to the topic at hand, I do not think that I will be going thrifting that much more for the rest of this month because my time and energy is really going to be kind of stretched thin as it is. So today I really made sure that I found stuff to kind of tide me over for at least another 2-3 weeks. And I think I found some pretty good options. Now, for those that have never watched a Thrift Picks video, how I like to shop when I go thrifting or hunting, however you like to call it, I have 4 main categories that I always keep in mind. So number 1 is going to be films that I've seen, I've loved, they're instant buys. As soon as I find them, they're going in the collection. 2 are going to be films that I have seen, I've enjoyed, probably could use a rewatch. So I'm going to get them. They're there, I have them, and like I said, I've enjoyed them. When you go out and you're thrifting, you're collecting, make sure you pick up things that you actually enjoy watching. right? Things that you'll go back to time and time again, especially on a day where you really don't want to think. You can scan, pick it up, and just put it in, and you know you're going to have a good time. That's always the best place to start. Then we move into category number 3, which are going to be films that I have heard of or have been on my watch list, but I have not gotten around to seeing them, or perhaps I've seen bits and pieces, never the full thing. So I'm gonna give it a chance, add it to the collection, watch it when I get a moment, and go from there. I already know that I'm primed to enjoy, I'm interested, and then go from there. Then option or category number 4 are going to be the blind buys. And these are always the most fun because you really never know what you're going to get. I mean, I've seen some movies that perhaps I'm not interested in, but I love the packaging. And I think it's a really cool and unique way to preserve that body of work. So I want to add it to the collection. Or I may find stuff. I'm really looking for a lot of like music now, documentaries, or apologies for the siren in the background there. I found today a few Dave Chappelle comedy specials, so that was really cool. You never know what you're gonna find. Be open, be ready to explore. The world of collecting, of building your own library is vast. There's so much that you could collect and there are really 2 main types of collectors. You have a range, of course, but the main 2 types are going to be the avid collector, where they just want everything that comes out. They got to have every movie ever made that's out on physical media in some way, shape, or form. They'll even go so far as to have it on different formats, so VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, Laserdisc if available, 4K. There's a few, I think there's only one movie that I have on, no, 2 actually, 2 films that I have on just about every medium, which is going to be Black Hawk Down and Casablanca. I have them on VHS, DVD, and Blu-ray. So, and I love both of those films. Can't get enough of them. Now, let's move into category number 1, which is going to be Just Friends. Ryan Reynolds, Amy Smart. Love this film. He loves her, she loves him not. Super funny comedy. I mean, really, really hysterical. Check it out if you haven't seen it. Then we're going to move into another classic. Every copy that I found so far has really been super scratched. It doesn't even warrant me picking it up. But that's going to be The Lion King. This is the 2-disc special edition, platinum edition, and lots of great extras. Again, everything that I got here, except for what I'm going to show you next, was $1. What I'm going to pull out here was $3, and this is Disney's Pixar Brave. Now, this was a really, really cool find because, and I got a couple of them. One was for me. The other one is for my daughter, who I gifted a DVD player for Christmas, along with 20 films to get her collection going. And this has the Blu-ray, the DVD, and a 32-page storybook in here. This was brand new, sealed. I have another copy there, and possibly another that I may give away. We'll see. And yeah, I thought that this was a super cool find. You gotta be on the lookout for things like this. This is one of my favorite Pixar movies, hers as well. And so it was a no-brainer. Picked it up. Now we're going to move into category number 2, which is going to be films that I have seen, I've enjoyed. They're due for a rewatch, so I had to get them. We've got 007, Dr. No. This is the Sean Connery, part of the Connery collection on VHS, as you can see there. Very nice. We've also got Tom Cruise, A Few Good Men. I haven't rewatched this in a while. It's been on my watch list, and I finally got it. So in here, got some audio commentary, a few other documentaries, cool stuff. We've got ATL with Tip Harris. This was fully sealed, so I instantly had to pick it up. If ever I find something that's fully sealed, even if I don't know about it, I'm gonna pick it up because it's brand new. It's never been used. So in a way, it just has some inherent value in that way. Then we have Jim Carrey. This is a double feature, the Ace Ventura Collection. It's going to be Pet Detective and When Nature Calls. You got two films in one there. We've got Ferris Bueller's Day Off. This apparently is all new Righteous Features. This is the Bueller edition. Couple cool features. I haven't seen this in years, and I thought this was a fun find. We've got G-Force, Walt Disney Pictures, G-Force, Jerry Bruckheimer film. This one is also for the little one, not for me, though I do enjoy it, so I might watch it before I mail it to her. Then we've got James Caan, Misery. Now, I only saw this once. This was introduced to me by my ex at the time, and this was really fun. I enjoyed this. I haven't seen it in years, at least 4, so I saw it today, picked it up. And I really love these MGM DVDs. These, I guess you can call them sort of classics, where, you know, you've got this like, you've got the line in the middle, and then you've got this red kind of thing at the back. And it gives us this very sort of classic look. You know you're getting a piece of history in a way, to me. So then we've got a, based on a true story, Hidden Figures, with this cool holographic case there. Slipcover. Nominated for 3 Academy Awards. The History and Inspiration Movie Companion Booklet. Actually, I forgot if I checked to see if it's in there. And yes, it is. I do have that as well. So that's always cool. When you're collecting, when you're going out and you're thrifting, also be sure to check if it has any booklets, any extra goodies in the case. A lot of the times they may not have anything in there, and it's still good just to get the movie. That's why you're there in the first place. But it's always better or more fun, more enjoyable if it does include whatever extra material, bonus material came with it. It also has this little Velcro opening where you've got that nice little spread on the inside. Super cool. So got that. I enjoyed it. I haven't seen it in a while. Then we have Gone with the Wind, winner of 10 Academy Awards. Now, I think I showcased that I found a larger copy of this, a big like special edition of it. So I just got this to have a very sort of simple one that can go on the shelf, and the other one will now move out of the library shelves and then go on display in time. That is everything that I have seen, that I have enjoyed, and can't wait to rewatch. We are now going to move into films that are on the watch list, never got around to seeing, but I have been interested in. And we're going to start off with Dead Presidents. Now, I've heard so much about this, and never got around to seeing it. Get ready for action with this explosively exciting hit. On the streets they call cash Dead Presidents. And that's just what a Vietnam veteran, played by Lorenz Tate, Menace to Society, is after when he returns home from the war, only to find himself drawn into a life of crime. With the aid of his fellow vets, he plans the ultimate heist, a daring daylight robbery of an armored car filled with unmarked U.S. currency. From the Hughes brothers, acclaimed directors of the smash hit Menace to Society, you'll love every pulse-pounding second as these bold thieves risk it all for the score of a lifetime. I love films like these. Crime, drama, heist. How are they going to get away with it? Do we know? I don't know, but you're there. You're locked in. Wild action, excellent. Entertainment Weekly, USA Today says powerful. Dead Presidents. We've got it. It's in the bag. Next up, we've got Breakfast at Tiffany's. Classic film. I have never seen it. I've never seen this. I've never seen 16 Candles. What's the other one here? The Breakfast Club. Also have not seen that. All of these I have found within the last 7-8 months. And now I'll just be able to enjoy them all. Another film that surprisingly, again, I'm including it here because I've only seen bits and pieces, never the full thing. We've got a collector's edition of Hitchcock's Psycho. And this also includes a little booklet here. So I'll have fun looking at that. We've got a brand new sealed copy of Major League 2. I don't think I've seen one, to be honest. So yeah, I gotta look for that. We've got Wild Things. Famous scene, we all know it. Kevin Bacon, Matt Dillon, Neve Campbell. Now, I think I only saw a couple different scenes years ago when it was like on television, but never watched the full thing because I really didn't know what I was watching. And so, but I'll get to see it now. Yeah. Then we've got Species, double feature. Species 1 and 2. All right, you can see it there. I've heard about this. I have never seen it. And I thought it would look different, to be honest. I don't know why that surprised me when I saw the covers or the cover art. Species Collector's Edition, Species 2. When a beautiful alien-human hybrid, Natasha Henstridge, escapes from observation, a renowned scientist, Ben Kingsley, and his research team set out to recapture her before she is able to mate with unsuspecting men and produce offspring that could destroy mankind in this sci-fi classic. This came out in 1995 in color, and it is 108 minutes long. Next up, we got Species 2 on here. I'll just try to read this quickly. A returning astronaut discovers he's becoming a half-alien entity bent on procreating with human women. But when a scientist and a hired assassin decide to use Eve as a lure, she instead decides to mate with her target and produce an unstoppable new race in this thriller in which only the strongest, smartest species will survive. This came out in 1998, color, and was 93 minutes. This just sounds like a wild collection, like a wild movie. I'm gonna have fun with this one. I do need to build more of my science fiction collection. I don't have many, and I really do enjoy that genre. But it's just always so difficult finding which ones, like what movies to get. So I'm gonna jump into that. Then we've got RBG, Hero, Icon, Dissenter. This is on Ruth Bader Ginsburg. At the age of 85, U.S. Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg has developed a lengthy legal legacy while becoming an unexpected pop culture icon. But the unique personal journey of her rise to the nation's highest court has been largely unknown, even to some of the biggest fans. Until now, RBG explores Ginsburg's life and career. Special features, deleted and extended scenes, additional interviews, and theatrical trailer. I think I just wanted to see it just to get a little more familiarity with her. But I never got to the theaters, so it'll just be cool to watch and see. Now, this film, I found it so funny that I found it, and excuse me, part of my accent is coming out. I saw this movie, I found it, I have not seen it, My manager has been hounding me for the past 3 months to see this film. And I'm just like, I've rented it maybe once, and because I was so busy, I forgot to watch it. I rented it digitally again and fell asleep because I was just so exhausted. And I'm like, I'm not going to rent it again. I'm not getting it digital. I'm not going to buy it on DVD when I know, if I'm patient, I can find it out in the wild. What is the movie? The movie is My Cousin Vinny. Okay? Joe Pesci, classic. Ralph Macchio, Marissa Tomei, and Fred Gwynn. Now, again, I have not seen it. He's like, how have you not? I'm just like, it's just the way life is. Brand new, factory sealed, with this incredible slipcover. It's got this big 99-cent sticker on it. Guess what? I got it for $1. Again, factory sealed, brand new, never open. This is why you wait. This is why you're patient. This is the thrill of the hunt. This is what makes it so much fun, okay? It's because you know it's out there. You just gotta wait. You just gotta look. You just gotta be patient. And what do you know? Boom, it's gonna be right there. Or, again, you're not even looking, but you find movies, you find music, you find books, whatever the case, that you weren't expecting, but it's a pleasant surprise. That is the beauty of, sure, for some, it's a hobby. For others, it's a lifestyle. It is becoming a lifestyle for me. It is, again, fun, exciting. You never know what you're going to find. And sometimes you find great things, but they're in poor condition. They're terrible. And it gives you a little bit of hope that you'll find it again. Just wait. So I will be watching this soon, just to let him know, hey, I did get it. I found it. Now I can watch it whenever I want and as many times as I want. Thank you for the suggestion. We're locked and loaded. That, my friends, are the first 3 categories. Oh my gosh, we are at the 22-minute mark, so I'm going to speed through this next section. Again, these are all blind buys, so I don't really have much by way of insight into these movies. I'm just going to remark on why I picked them. We've got New Jersey Drive. Though this is not a Spike Lee joint, it is executive produced, that is, by Spike Lee himself. So, does it also fit into this month's theme? Yes, it does. So, we picked it up, and New Jersey Drive. It looks exciting. We'll find out. Then, as I said, I'm trying to get into more music documentaries, things that aren't just movies that I can watch, put on, tune in while I'm doing something else, or just enjoy, really. We've got Jimi Hendrix live at the Isle of Wight. This is going to be Blue Wild Angel. Look at that cover. That's the back. Disc is slightly scratched, but we're going to take a chance. There may be some ways to clean that up. We've also got a film by Tom DeCillo, which is When You're Strange, a film about the Doors, narrated by Johnny Depp. Look at that cover. There you go. That is the back art. Boop. If you can see that. Then we've got Midnight Express. This is a special 30th anniversary edition based on the true story. Here you go there. Midnight Express is the harrowing story of Billy Hayes, a young American tourist condemned to a Turkish prison for his futile attempt to struggle hashish out of the country. Made an example of by a corrupt legal system and a victim of ineffectual diplomacy, Hayes is sentenced to 30 years and must overcome ruthless brutality and his own descent into madness in order to survive and hopefully escape. This is a winner of 2 Academy Awards, including Best Screenplay. That is going to be the disc there. And then it also comes with this cool, the making of Midnight Express pamphlet. right? Which breaks a little bit more down, goes into depth and behind the scenes, so on and so forth, and comes in this awesome little slipcover. Boom. Next up, we've got the Come Up Volume 5, featuring, this is Street Massacre Edition, with a free mixtape inside, featuring The Game, Lloyd Banks, Jules Santana, Lil Scrappy, also featuring Green Lantern, Fat Joe, Crime Mob, Gravy, Gloria Velez, Hell Rel, Jadakiss Interview Part 2, and much more. I picked this up because it looked really cool. It has a few names on here that I know, and I do enjoy their music. But I also just didn't grow up surrounded or enveloped in this culture. The mixtape culture, hip hop. When I was younger, I grew up in a Christian household, so secular music I really didn't start paying attention to. The same thing with movies until I was into my mid-teens and early 20s. And I began to just develop my own sort of taste and just miss this era of music and where these artists kind of got their start. So I thought this was a really cool find, and I can't wait to learn more just about that music. Then we've got two comedy specials, or one comedy special, and then I think one full feature-length film. This is going to be Dave Chappelle live at the Fillmore. This is For What It's Worth, uncensored and unrated comedy special. Then we've got Half Baked, Dave Chappelle and Half Baked. I can't say that I've seen this one, so that's going to be a blind buy. Then we've got Killa Season, featuring Cameron, Jules Santana, and Hell Rel. Again, this just seemed like an interesting story. I've never heard of this. And it's always fun finding these artists in these little like films or documentaries, just kind of out in the wild, and pick that up. Let's see. We've got The Bible in the Beginning. This is a Cinema Classics collection directed by John Huston, a 4-star masterpiece, the Daily News editorial. I've no clue what to find on there, but looks interesting. Then we go into, I think this is Television Now. Now, I found a complete season of this one show, and like I said, whoever donated these films, there's like this one bin full of just TV, episodics, seasons, serials, whatever, full of like PBS, BBC, detective shows. And we have this show here called Endeavor, and 7 seasons. All there. Boom. They're out of order, but whatever the case may be. Did I have it right? Yeah, I think I do. I don't know why that top one looked weird. Anyway, got all 7 seasons and $7 for the whole set. If this was eBay, it'd probably be closer to $20 for the whole thing. If this was brand new off of Amazon, it'd probably be around 25, maybe 30 per season. So that is a great find. That is again, oh, there you go. That's why they were upside down. Endeavor. I can't wait to watch that. Like I said, I'm trying to slow down on movies because I have got a lot of great movies so far that I still need to get to. But I'm trying to find more now documentaries or television series or, music movies, music films. What is it? Why does the word escape me? Concert films. There you go. Anyway, then next up we have this, and this is the last one. This is from BBC. This is going to be Yes, Minister, the complete collection. I believe this was 3 different seasons or movies. Yeah, no. These are 3 different seasons. In politics, you have to really get behind somebody before you can stab them in the back. That got me. I was hooked, and I'm ready to find out more. All right, folks, this is approaching the 30-minute mark. We just passed it. Thank you so much for tuning in. This was Thrift Picks. Again, like I said, you see, I got a lot here. This is going to keep me busy for at least the next 2, maybe 3 weeks. I've got a lot of other great films to watch and get through. That is going to be in the next video that you see, where I start to go through what I'm actually watching this month, and we can talk about it. All right. Well, that about does it. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, see you soon.